Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2017 Hyundai Elantra. Um, Customer complained we got a check engine light. So actually this car came back. We did some repair on this one. We got we replaced the CVVT camshafts, timing chain, tensioner because of I guess this code. Let's scan for codes and see. I think they got a um, cam codes on this one, like advanced or I think advanced or retard. I have to see I call that the history, but yeah, it came back after 2 days, and the customer is saying that it's doing the same thing. So we got here camshaft over advanced and camshaft circuit. So P0011 and history code now. So let me just clear this. So I already told my advisor that guess we need more information when that happened. If there's an oil light flickering, right? Was there um, before the check engine light came? The signs maybe was noisy on the valvetrain, something like that. So as at least I will get an idea if it could be losing oil pressure, something like that. So just go to our data. And we're just gonna go straight to our cam and crank, not cam and crank, cam current and set point. So we got here CVVT, and we're gonna go to inlet, which is our code. We're just gonna compare both. You know what, let me just remove these guys here and put our oil control valve there, and then let's just graph this. And let's just monitor our okay. Right now maybe it's still on cold, not operating temperature at 37 for my intake CVVT. Usually I always see that around 50%, 49 or something like that. So let me just do a racing RPM. As you can see right now, I can hear some noise. We got a set point of 147, but our cam didn't move at all, right? The computer wants at 147 because I'm racing the RPM, but our CVVT current is 128, right? And compared to our, as you can see there on our exhaust, they match correctly from the current position and the set point, what the computer wants. And right, see, okay, I can hear now. There's some changes of sound in the valve train, and this guy should not be like that. I think the normal value on this is around 40 something, 50. Yeah, it's doing that right now. And our exhaust got stuck, as you can see there. And now the car is shaking hard. Right now I don't have any oil pressure yet. So I'm gonna try to give some RPM there. So it matches now. I don't hear any noise in the valve train. But as you can see there, our set point on 140 something, and on our current on the intake is 125. I'm gonna let go of the gas again, and our current on the exhaust got stuck instead of 114. And our computer is trying to change it, right? Okay, and then it gets stalled. So it just stalled, and we should have code right now. Let me see here. No codes. No codes. Let me try again. So we know our exhaust and intake are stuck in a position, both of them, and we also knew that those components are brand new. So I'm gonna go to same intake. You know what? Let's put the RPM, actual speed, um, intake, set point, same thing here, and this guy. Okay, and then I'm just gonna start again the car. Okay, that started fine, and it stalled right away. Again, let's see what's the numbers are. Okay, so the exhaust start doing anything. Oh, car won't start now. Okay. Yeah, let's see if I'm gonna raise the RPM again. So our camshaft intake moves, right? But it's over compared to our set point. Our set point right now in the intake 147. The actual right now on the camshaft is 158. And for our exhaust side, the current is minus 87 and the set point is 93. So if I'm gonna let go of this gas, the accelerator pedal, we should see changes now, or it will stall. Yeah, it got stuck there. Or exhaust side. Okay. Yeah, that's stuck there. Okay. So now, what we're gonna do is let's just do visual check, and then let's activate those all control valves. Let's see if we can hear something, right? And we'll see. So same thing. I'm just gonna go to our all control valve data. So got the intake there. This is the exhaust. Let me graph that. And then gonna do the exhaust first. Alright. So I'm just gonna click that. So I can hear something in there. Okay. Let's go for our intake. The intake is more louder than the exhaust. Let me just stop that. Let's go exhaust again. Okay, so they're all clicking. Um, what I'm gonna do now next is maybe I'm gonna remove the control valves and inspect them and see. And if I don't find anything, I guess we're gonna go for a oil pressure test, and we'll see if we get some oil pressure problem on um, this vehicle or this engine, because the CVVT uses oil pressure to move them, and the oil control valve, or the purpose for that one is just to direct the flow, right? So yeah, I'm gonna remove this, both of them, and then let's see. So I'm gonna do the intake first. So it's just 10 millimeter there. What the heck? Why is that broken? You see that? My goodness. That that connector is broken. So it's just 10 millimeter bolt there. Oh, that's tight. This is the challenging part. Sometimes these guys are hard to remove. So all we have to do is just move it around a little bit. Okay. Also, one way there is, every time I remove this, there should be oil coming out. There's some oil there. Oh man, look at that. There's metal, man. See that? It's a metal. Oh man. So, looks like this side is okay. I don't see anything there except that one metal or debris. So we're gonna keep this aside. We're gonna activate them physically and see if it really moves. And then we're gonna remove our exhaust side. So our exhaust side, the same thing. I think there's 10 mm there holding. So we're gonna remove this oil control valve here. Okay. Oh man, that's not good. That is not very good. Something is going on here. Where's my light? You see that? Oh, that's hot. See that guy here? All metal debris gets stuck on that screen. So, here's our exhaust. As you can see, that's all metal stuff there. Our intake gets some a little bit, and we just know that this guy is broken. The connector side. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna inspect that. I don't know how I'm gonna inspect that side. I'm just gonna visual check with a mirror and see if there's some metal stuff during the hole. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna clean this guys here. Oh, you know what? Before that, I have to take pictures because this is a big problem right now. This top is either we get a problem inside the engine because where all this metal stuff here. See that? And it's blocking the screen. Okay, so I'm just gonna spray some brake cleaner on this one, and I guess we're gonna reinstall it and see. So right now I just put some jumper wires there. Let's just see the activation of this guy here. So as you can see there, that valve moves. Our spring is there. And usually I do this a couple of times. Sometimes I had a car like this that I keep doing it and the valve just stopped working. So on this case, that this guy is working normally. Okay, and now we'll do the intake side now. So this is the intake side now. Looks the same. The sound is the same as the exhaust. Okay, so now let's install this back on these valves and let's monitor our data again. Okay, so I put back our all control valves. For the intake side, we know that this connector is some have a damage in it, so I just use this jumper terminals terminals just to have a good connection in there. Okay, let's just go back to our DTC if we set some codes in there. Okay. Okay, so and we got for this solenoids here, or for our what do you call that, for our valves, and we got this intake 2 actuator. There's another actuator there that moves the cam for the intake, so I forgot to inspect that too, but all these codes is because when we unplug the connector. So let's clear that. Let's go to our data now. RPM. Oh, go intake set point. Okay, graph. And let's start the vehicle. What? Okay. Let me turn this off again. There's some noise there though. Okay, I'm gonna raise the RPM now and see if we get some movements. Okay, like that. Our intake now moves the same thing as our set point, what the computer wants. Our exhaust side is moving on the same as what the computer wants to. Unlike before, it got stuck on one position at let's say 80 and the computer wants at 90, right? But I'm still worried about this, the intake, as you can see there. The 160, the computer wants 147. I think that's not good. But my exhaust now, I don't have that stuck in one position. I guess because of those metal fragments. I'm raising the RPM now. Get some noise. The intake is staying less than what the computer wants. And now our exhaust side gets stuck again in one position. So now I wonder, that's gonna stall again. So I wonder now if I'm gonna remove that exhaust side, there's some metal stuff there, metal fragments. So let me do that and let's see. Okay, so far it's not that bad as like before, but there's still some in there. Okay, I'm just gonna put this back. We're gonna check this and see if that moves or not. Okay, so here's our actuator, and the bolt part of the cam, as you can see here, this one should move freely. Which is good. It's moving. Oh, there's too much smoke there. Next will be this guy here. Make sure that's moving. Okay. So that's not stuck at all. As you can see there, this guy. Okay. Because I have some cars that this guy got stuck, doesn't even move. And this one, I guess that's good there. We'll never know unless we remove that bolt there and inspect it fully. But we don't have that. We don't have that time right now, because we know that there's some metal debris on this guy here. So my last check will be to check the oil pressure, right? Make sure that we get all good oil pressure, meaning that our oil pump is working fine, because these models are very prone to oil pump problem. Sometimes they work normally, and sometimes that oil pump valve there will just stick in one position. Okay. So now I'm gonna lift up the vehicle, and then I'm gonna remove that oil pressure switch so that we can put our gauge in there. Okay, so I checked also our oil level. It's overfilled. It's more than the full mark, and also I noticed that the oil is dark. So I just removed our drain plug here. I didn't remove it yet, so that I can do my testing before putting a new oil. And it's dark, right? So I believe I have another video on how I did the oil pressure test, but it was on the previous models on the Elantra. So I just remove our oil pressure there, put our oil pressure gauge, and we'll start the car. The spec on this one is 13 psi at 1000 rpm. So go start the car again. Okay, so at idle right now. What RPM is right now? 800. Okay, so I guess we have good oil pressure there. As you can see that. Shut it off. Let's try again. Okay, so right now at idle 800 rpm, we got almost 14 psi. Go 1000 rpm. You will clearly see that it's moving up when the RPM goes up. I can hear a knocking noise now. Okay, so in my opinion, our oil pressure is good, right? So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna drain the oil, remove the oil filter, and put new one, and let's recheck our engine. Okay. Alright guys, so here's our oil sample. I don't have a clear glass to show it. And here's our old oil filter, right? What we can do is, I can just do this and just, you will not really see that because the drain um, box there is black too. So let's just go inside the car, and let's see. Okay, so I have the same um, data PIDs here. Let's just start the car again. Okay. I heard that rattle on the first startup because I think we just drained the oil. So I'm just gonna let it idle for now. Go to operating temperature because as of now everything looks fine during idle, right? And let's get back. Okay, so right now we're at 78 degrees or coolant temp. So I'm just gonna start raising the RPM now. I can hear some weird noise there. I'm gonna raise it a little bit more. 2000. So far our degrees are all the same. But there's noise there though. I don't know if it will pick up in the microphone. I'm gonna let it go. And they're all lining up. But there's noise there. I can tell. I'm gonna raise it again. Yeah, that's not good. Oh man. So as of now, after we replace that um, oil, dirty oil, the oil filter, um, so far everything is lining up. Unlike before, that one, the current position of the intake and the exhaust is staying on or different from the computer wants, right? Now after we replace the oil and oil filter, I can hear a noise there in the engine. So I'm gonna ask someone to do this, and then let's go in the engine bay. Okay, so someone right now in the car, let's hear that noise if it's from the bottom end. No. Okay, so our noise is coming more or less on this area here, on the valvetrain, not like a bottom end noise. Hi. Okay, let me check something. Guys, so I set up our microphones. One on the short block, I know that the noise is coming from the timing chain cover area. So that's the blue one there. In here on the intake side, that's gonna be the red one, and the other side will be the green one. So it's running right now. Let's just start the car. So I'm just gonna rev it to where where the noise is more pronounced, so around 2000 RPM there. I'm just gonna hold it there. Okay. Now let's check our capture. Okay, so let's go back here and I start revving. Okay, I can see here right now that there's some difference here. Let me just maximize this part here. So green with the exhaust part of the timing chain. The blue one is the short block area, and the red one is the intake side. So I can see that our intake side, the red one, is has more signals here compared to the compared to the harshness or something like that. And let me go to the other side of the capture. Okay, so this is where the noise is more pronounced. Okay, so let me do this one more time. Let me just adjust our scale here. So I don't know if it picked up on the microphone too when I was away from the computer. So we'll separate these two. So as you can see there, our red and green, that's on the timing chain cover area. It's more noisier than the blue one, which is I put it near the short block area where the starter is. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the blue one there, overlap each other. As you can see there, the red is more, you know, color there. Let me see the green. So you see that red and green are almost the same, they overlap each other, but the blue, you can see the background there on the red, right? Let me zoom in so that you can see more. Oh, that's too much. Yeah, see that? So that's it, guys. The car came back because of those codes. We inspect and we found that there's some metal debris. That's a no-no already. We know that there's something going on in that engine internals. We clean it and it's still just doing the same on our data on our scanner, that those CVVT, their current position is not, you know, the same as what the computer wants. And then we check our oil pressure. So far it's on spec. We found that our oil is so dirty, so we replace it. Now when we replace it, it's making noise, right? So I have to advise our advisor that, yeah, so this is what's going on so far. All our reading is, you know, it's good now, but the engine is making noise, especially on that valve train area. Because when we see on our microphone, the timing chain area on the intake and the exhaust is more, they're more the same compared on our short block, so I don't think it's a short block issue or anything. And I guess we learned something today that, you know, if we have that kind of codes, especially cam and P0011 or any timing over advanced codes, exhaust or intake, before we condemn that there's an issue with the CVVT or there's a jump timing, that we have to inspect those oil control valves, because if we know that the oil control valves are full of metals, at least we have to tell the customer that most likely you need an overhaul on the engine, not just replacing those failed components, but you know, to check that there's no metal debris or anything, because that's what happened on this case, that we know that there was fault on the CVVT, we fix it, and but there's still metals there and get stuck and causing another problem. So I don't know, so I guess that's it. I don't know, because this is a city job. Customer pays, so we'll see if the customer will go ahead or what we're gonna do with this vehicle. If there's an update, we'll update you guys on what repairs we're gonna do. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed that process on diagnosing these complaints, and that's it. See you next time. Thank you for watching.